Hi, welcome back to Venus Earth Tarot. This is Mana. This is going to be the mid-month for the rest of the month of July for Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. So July 15th through the 31st or 30th, whichever one. We are in Mercury retrograde. I'm a Virgo sun. So hang in there, Virgos. I know, and it is Cancer season too. So it's just like reflection, super emotional reflection. So it's been good though. A lot of downloads, I guess you could say. But just hang in there. Hang in there. July is almost over. Okay? But the first cards I pulled for you guys is the Devil, the Queen of Cups, the King of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, and the Hermit, the Virgo card. So with that, I feel like you guys have stepped away from either a toxic person, a toxic thing, or a toxic behavior that you yourself has had. You've stepped away from that at some point to focus on introspection, you know, gaining some type of wisdom about yourself or realizing a lot about yourself. It's flies everywhere. But gaining some type of enlightenment about yourself and or on some type of long term family type of situation you're trying to build on. With the devil card, we have it clarified with the Six of Wands. So I feel like you've gained some type of win or victory, or you've rised above some type of negative addiction or attachment, toxic behavior. You know, whatever it was something that was it had a very strong hold on you. It had you like felt like you were bound, whether it was addiction or just attachment to a person, attachment to certain type of behavior that you didn't even probably know that you were bringing to different aspects of your life. Whatever it is, you've gained a lot of wisdom on it, a knowledge on it, from yourself and your own experience, and you've had some sort of victory, or you're getting some type of achievement or praise for the changes you've made in response to letting go something that was not for your highest good. With the Queen of Cups, we have the High Priestess, and could be dealing with a water sign, could have water in your chart, could be dealing with a Capricorn with that devil, but or a Pisces with this High Priestess. But I feel like this is your energy. I feel like you're still very loving, nurturing, forgiving, open. Very just you're still that loving person. You still have a good heart. You're still, motivated by your good heart. But I feel like you also have been a little unavailable to people, very mysterious. You've definitely been hiding your intuition and becoming more spiritually guided. I think, especially at this time, you're trying to follow your intuition or go with your gut or go with what you feel like you're being drawn towards with the High Priestess. I feel like you've just been really focusing on becoming more spiritually aligned with what your purpose, or feeling like you're guided, or feeling like you're doing positive things that are gonna heighten your vibration or bring about positive changes in your life. King of Swords, we have right here with the Five of Wands. I feel like this is whatever was also attached or actually was the devil for you. Whatever that negative attachment was, it could have been to a person. This could have been an air sign or whatever, but it was a person who entertained a lot of different options. They put you in situations where you were in competition. You might have known or you might have not even known. It could have been times where, even if you knew, it probably wasn't like a direct competition. You probably knew or just assumed this person was entertaining different options. So it's like you're in competition to a certain degree, or you're willing to still connect with this person in hopes of overshadowing those other options and becoming at some point the only option. Or you could have been in a competition with other people without even knowing. Like this person could have been entertaining people behind your back, you know, texting or on social media or whatever it was, but having other people around or in their energy, so that it's like you can never get really fully them, or they didn't fully open up to you as much because they were always sharing themselves with you, this other person. And I feel like it was a kind of like a defense mechanism for this person. Like they probably were those type of people. was that type of person where they didn't want to open up or they didn't want to get too attached or really be vulnerable for whatever reasons or whatever baggage they were holding on to. So they would entertain other people so that they would never really get too involved or too, you know, attached to people so that they couldn't get hurt. I feel like in this situation, they ended up doing that or trying to do that, but it didn't work because it was a different type of connection. And as well as you disconnecting from them, it only made them feel their feelings towards you grow. I feel like could have been manipulative too with this King of Swords and like very harsh with their words. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles here, and that was clarified with the Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like that's how both of y'all look at this situation. Something that had a lot of potential to be very long term, partnership where a lot of growth can happen, a lot of abundance could be accumulated, investment, like power couple type of thing, generational wealth to pass down type of that type of mindset. I feel like you both shared with each other or had the idea or that hope or in the partnership or connection with each other. With this Page of Pentacles, I feel like this person wants to come back in. And I feel like they're hoping that you're still seeing them or the connection as having that potential because they want to come back in with this Page of Pentacles, come towards you, and finally offer to you. As you are the Hermit, you've done a lot of introspection about yourself. You've been gaining a lot of knowledge. You've been being like really honest with yourself. A lot of times people don't be honest with themselves. We can tell, we can be honest or real blunt and, when it comes to how other people are or what they do or how they've affected us in whatever way. But we also have to see what point or what part we played, whether you were the person allowing or being toxic or the person who just um, accepted it. Because if you accept it, it's still an underlying reason. Like, okay, either I'm the toxic person. It's like, damn, why am I toxic? Okay, you go down that path of trying to figure it out. And then it's like, if you with a person who's toxic, and it's like, now you have to do some extra introspection as well. It's like, okay, why did I stay with a toxic person for this amount of years in this close of a relationship, friendship, whatever it was? Okay, what about me accepted little or less than or deception or manipulation or fake connection? What about me not wanting to be alone made me feel like accepting this would have been at least okay? You know what I mean? Like it's still both sides of the spectrum have um, a lot to do with how you're wired or why or what has happened or what experiences you have had to make you feel like that's all you deserve or all you can get. So I feel like you went through that introspection, whether you were on the receiving or giving end of the toxicity in this connection. And you've been with the Seven of Pentacles, clarifying it, learning a lot about yourself and taking those seeds and planting them, trying to probably enlighten other people or apply all those things that you learn about yourself to yourself, changing what needs to be changed, letting go what needs to be let go, doing what you know you need to do in order to have that Ten of Pentacles, whether it was with a person or just by yourself, or what I mean, like you're independently going towards that, doing what's necessary to build the future or the stability that you know you can accumulate. In your challenge or obstacle, we have the Two of Cups. So with that, I feel like this connection, you had a great deal of love or, time invested into this connection, a lot of infatuation. But the Two of Cups flipped over again. You both feel very drawn to each other, especially at this time because it's Mercury retrograde. So, it's a lot of reflecting or thinking back on these people and these experiences we've had. And I feel like you guys are I feel like this is soulmate. And it's like you feel that pull towards one another, or because believe it or not, the more you think or talk about someone, it really does. Depending on the type of connection or relationship y'all had, that person could feel it energetically. Like You ever just think about somebody randomly and it's like, what? I don't know why I'm thinking about this person. Like you legit don't know why you're thinking about this person. Sometimes it's because this person is probably thinking about you, or on your social media trying to see what's going on with you, like pulling on you energetically. And it's like we are all energy at the end of the day. And depending on the type of connection that you have, you can sometimes have that type of reaction towards it. So I feel like y'all both feel very strongly toward each other, especially right now. Why is the Two of Cups here for the challenge? For Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. That's the Two of Cups, the challenge. The Five of Cups and the Sun. Because at the end of the day, even though you guys both have a lot of happiness or nostalgic feelings towards each other, could have known this person when you were a kid, or just feel like a naive or that, childlike energy when you're around this person, whatever it is. Even though there's a lot of happiness involved, you or the other person is dwelling on the past. I feel like it's more so the other person because you walked away and now this person is dwelling on the fact that they wasted those Three of Cups. But the Two of Cups is here twice and it's right behind this person. So this person is definitely still going to be trying to come towards you. But as far as the challenge, but that's the challenge. Is this person getting out of the regret and the guilty feeling of it? And maybe that's the challenge of you too, is to remember the happiness that was in it at one point. The fly, this person could be really trying to get up in your space. Let's see, because in the external to you or outside influence, we have the Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. So someone's definitely going to try to hit you up in some way, let you know how they feel, apologize. Hangman, the Hangman's in reverse. All my cards are in the upright, but it just felt in reverse. So I feel like this person is not feeling stagnant anymore. They're feeling like they have gained a certain level of knowledge or enlightenment on the situation or on you, and they're going to come in and try to apologize because they want this back, the Sun back, the Two of Cups back. They want the Ten of Pentacles, and there's a lot of mirroring energy here, and it does seem as though whether you or the other person has tried or been, moving towards getting out of or away from something that was holding them back, mentally or physically or both, spiritually, whatever it may be. And the advice we have the Ace of Cups. So I feel like it's telling you to be open to it, whether it's to yourself, like being genuinely in love and giving to yourself, or just being open to receiving love again, whether it's with an old person of the past or a new person. Why is the Ace of Cups here? For the advice. Seven of Cups in reverse. I mean, Seven of Swords in reverse. So I feel like you have to, in order to be open to this Ace of Cups, it might involve you being or letting go past behavior or past experiences with someone. At the end of the day, if you do reconcile with anybody, if you're trying to start over or have a new chance or opportunity or a cycle or a chapter, whatever you want to call it with somebody, you always have to keep the information, keep the knowledge, hold on to that. That's not baggage. That's called wisdom. You keep it for the lesson it was, so that if something in the future reminds you of that or has those same signs or signals, to leave or get out of it or release it before it turns into the situation it already was in the past. You keep the wisdom, but if you go into a new chapter or you actually reconcile or go back to some of the past, you have to transform. Like you can't go in with the baggage. If you're gonna accept whatever the toxic devil energy was, if it was cheating, if it was something like that in the past, someone cheated on you in the past, someone manipulated you, somebody lied to you, somebody was deceptive, someone had a kid, whatever it was, if you decide to reconcile, you have to literally get over that. You can't be dwelling on that and then trying to start over with someone. If you're going to forgive someone, you have to forgive them fully. Keep the wisdom, but don't. It's no use in you trying to start over with someone if you're gonna be still. If you're still, because sometimes you can't help it. Sometimes that's just how you feel. So if you're still insecure or not insecure, but and that's insecurity part where you're not fully trusting, or you feel like you can't trust, or you can't get past something, then you're doing yourself, you're wasting your own time by even trying to start over with someone. Because at the end of the day, that distrust, that disloyalty, or that feeling that you can't trust the person, or you can't get past whatever happened in the past, you're never going to be able to move on in the future. You're going to bring the same issues into the future. You're going to bring the same anxieties, worries, you know. So I said all that to say that with that Seven of Swords in reverse, I feel like you have the potential of Ace of Cups with someone of the past. If you, and this is, you have to use your discernment. I'm not saying everybody from the past comes back changed. That's why you have to know whether or not, use your experience of this person, and your knowledge of people in general. If a person hasn't changed, they haven't changed. That's just what it is. And you know that. At the end of the day, we all genuinely know whether someone's changed or not. Or if you don't know if someone has changed, that's almost a clear indicator. If you can't tell, it's not enough change, clearly. But if you feel like someone's changed, and you decide to take them back or start over again and try one more time, you have to release those bad feelings associated with that person so that it can grow the right way. Keep the wisdom, release the anxiety, insecurity, baggage. Death card at the bottom of the deck, because there has been some transformation. I feel like you have transformed and this person has transformed. Queen of Wands, King of Justice. This person definitely has been feeling a lot of their karma. I feel like we have the Four of the Wands, Four of Rods at the bottom of the deck. So it's a potential to be, could be twin flame. I don't know if y'all really use that or think about that no more, but it has the potential to be a very harmonious, prosperous connection, partnership, marriage, love, friendship, business partnership, whatever it is. Whatever it is. So yeah, King of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. So it's like a lot of, seems like y'all both want to be abundant. And y'all have a lot of potential to be abundant together or by yourself. It's up to you. But please like, share, subscribe. Let me know if it resonates in the comments below. I'm sorry if y'all saw the flies. See you in the next video.